This is Still Figuring Tech Out.
Welcome back to another episode of Still Figuring Tech Out. This is that podcast where we speak about life in tech and everything, the whole 10 yards, the whole 9 yards, the whole 20 yards of life in tech. So today we're going to be discussing certifications, courses, and in-person networking, which we think is most effective, or are all of them effective for a career in tech. As usual, I am not doing this alone. I am here with two very special people. I have with me Joy,
Hi.
Sekani, Cyber BB, and I also have with me Josiah, aka
No, don't do that.
Josie.
Hi.
So, how has life been lately? I know Joy is trying to take a certification exam. How's that going out for you? Josiah, what's life in your career like currently? Are you currently taking any courses? Are you studying towards a certification? Josiah, please just...
Yeah. For me, it's like, first thing is I'm working on like a project, right? I was studying for a certification, but right now I have to like pause that because I need to get this like work out like as soon as possible. So it's a personal project I'm working on. It's sort of like a sort of infusing machine learning and security together, right? So that's what I'm trying to do. So that's at the point of recording this episode, right? That's where my focus is at, and then maybe afterwards I would go back into looking at certifications. Although we'll talk about this later, but certifications require money. But yeah, that's what life has been lately.
Okay, Joy.
Well, I'm taking the GSEC course, and honestly, it has not been funny. 8 books. 6 for the
Go retire.
6 for the theory, 2 for the lab, and it's not small. Big.
They're large books, man.
And trying to like balance this with like work activity hasn't been funny because they gave us like a 3-month deadline. It's just recently I know that we could extend it to 4, but there's no way I'm extending it to 4 because I want to get it over with. But it has been bittersweet because I've been getting overloaded with more and more knowledge, which obviously I'm not complaining about. But thank God I have the hard copy because I have to obviously revisit it. Obviously, because it will come in, it will be very useful when I'm on the job, and even when I have something to like, I want to like look back to, it will actually come in place. And this certification cost about 5,000 plus, and
5,000 what?
In dollars?
Yes, dollars. And thank God I'm taking it for free.
I was about to just ask if I should send my account number for you to fund my lifestyle.
And thank God I'm taking it for free. It's obviously something I'm not taking for granted. That's why I'm trying my best to study, and I must pass.
You must ace it, and you will ace it. Joy is like she's a brain box. Like I feel like I want to be so much like her. But we'll come back to that.
But anyways, yes, I've been. It has not been funny, and yeah. Hopefully, no, not hopefully. I will
Definitely.
I'll pass it.
Okay. Well, for me currently, I'm taking a course in Bash scripting, and that's about it. I'm not about to go into that. Let's dive into this episode. We're starting in tech. We're all in tech. We're all in tech / cybersecurity / Web3. Where should a beginner prioritize their time and money? A certification, an online course, or an industry networking event?
Free online course.
She took the words right out of my mouth.
Emphasis on free.
Emphasis on free. I think one of the episodes we mentioned the importance of research. If you do your research, no matter the field of tech that you're in, I would not speak about Web3 because I don't think there are a lot of resources online about it, free resources online. I don't know, Josiah.
Yeah, there are resources.
So if
Yeah.
Web3, as recent as Web3 is, has free resources online, then I'm very sure that whatever career path you're looking to get into has a free resource. So before you invest money into you're learning, take advantage of the free resources.
Absolutely.
Take full advantage of the free resources before you spend money. And I think that was the fastest question we've ever answered in any of our episodes.
Because the
Yeah.
free courses, what you're trying to gain as a beginner is your foundational level,
Exactly.
your knowledge, which
Mhm.
will, if you don't get it, will catch up with you when you're trying to like move further.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of free resources for you to get that basic understanding, for you to now navigate. Okay, if I get the money now, what am I going to spend it on? It's not like you will follow the crowd and say you're taking S plus, you're taking CCNO, you're taking this and that.
Some people are taking CISSP. And
Exactly, because they say it's what that's what recruiters are looking for. But if you take free resources and you actually digest those resources, you would be able to intentionally pick out what you want for yourself. In as much as it might be expensive, but you know that okay, I'm pursuing penetration testing. I go for pen test plus, or I go for OSCP. You actually be intentional. The certification you're taking that is relevant to you, to the skills you want, and obviously for what recruiters are looking for.
Okay. So this next question is going to speak about our traditional 4-5 year degree in tech from universities. How has the value of that changed compared to the rise of boot camps and specialized certifications?
I have a very I don't know if this is a controversial opinion,
Have at it.
but I think it's a controversial opinion. I think if your sole purpose of going to a traditional Nigerian university, context Nigerian university, to learn a tech course, a tech related course, I would say abort that mission. The reason why I'm being very honest, and the reason why I say so is because, and Joy might share a different opinion, right? But I think that especially when it's tech related, you might get a lot more value for your time and money if you focus on doing specialized learning outside. Let's be very honest. A lot of the times in tech, people could almost, if you're not graduating from an Ivy League university, or it's not like maybe like a master's degree or something, a lot of people do not even care so much about the school you went to for your undergraduate, right? In my experience. So I think the traditional Nigerian, and I'm emphasizing on Nigerian and I'm emphasizing on tech courses, right? Have become very obsolete. The syllabus are almost like so outdated, right? And things like that. And I think you would have better value for your money if you go for specialized learning. However, I need to add a caveat, which is, people don't only go to school for learning like the technical stuff, right? Which is why I said if your sole purpose is just to go and learn that, then, I don't know. I don't know if that's a controversial take.
That's not controversial to me.
I mean, to us, it might not be controversial, but to people that have not experienced it, I think they might think.
I feel like if you experience like a Nigerian university and you're doing tech, a Nigerian public university,
Yeah, very key. Public.
and
There are
you, I wrote C# code on paper. So I joke you not, that was not a controversial opinion. That's reality.
Yeah.
That's actually
is.
reality. And I feel like that answered the question. Answered the question. Joy, do you have any opinions?
I would say in as much as some schools might have like a strong up-to-date curriculum, they are not teaching off of that. They're only teaching the surface. So instead of them to go like in depth, they'll just teach you basically the introductions. There are some schools like the school I graduated from. Our curriculum was once I settled down, I was like, okay, what are these people actually teaching me?
Yeah.
The curriculum was good.
Yeah, actually.
It was good, but
It wasn't
delivery.
translating. It wasn't translating.
exactly.
That's let me give you an instance, right?
Okay.
And Joy can definitely relate to this, which is we've had a situation whereby the lecturer just comes to, you're supposed to teach oh my god, I'm trying not, I don't know where this would go to, right? So I'm trying to pick my words very, very carefully. But you have a situation where they absolutely do not teach the course they are supposed to teach, but instead they give you a project. So you use that project to learn about the course. So in a way, people could say that's good, but in my opinion, then why am I paying for school, right?
Why am I paying to
you
be
need
taught?
guidance. Exactly, you need guidance. You need someone to actually teach you these things, right? Give you the right foundation. And in some cases, that was not the case, right? And you still have to do a lot of personal learning, a lot of, well, I don't know, maybe it's PTSD.
I feel like I don't have anything to say because I think I spoke about it in a previous episode and it was really emotional. So I'm not going to talk about it again. I feel like both of them just did justice to the question. So let's just dive right into the next one, which is, are all certifications equal? No.
No.
Hell no. Hell no.
Okay, I did not finish my question, guys.
Even though they are the same price, they are not.
What's the difference between a high value cert like GIAC, Security Plus, and one that is mostly a formality? Like there's I think there's this new one from TryHack Me and all.
Oh yeah.
So like
Security
it's
engineering cert,
yes,
right?
exactly. So like what's the difference between a high value certification and one that is mostly just formality? And are all certifications created equal?
Can I answer this? Let me say something. I think this might not be the typical answer that you might want to hear, but I think what makes a high value certification presently is just the value the industry places on it. Right? That's just what I think.
Yeah.
Because like you could look at Security Plus is like a high value certification in my opinion, right? People rate it a lot. Most of the times, I'm not saying the content is bad, right?
Content is
But I'm
basic.
saying it's not so in depth.
The content
But
is basic.
Security Plus is very, very much
It's
rated.
very
Exactly.
valued.
It is very, very much rated. So it's like, I think certifications, that's why people have like, certain controversial takes about certifications. I do too, but I think the value of a certification is just the value the industry places on those certifications, right? So
Exactly,
it's not even just about the money that you pay for it. It's just,
So
the general
industry validation matters a lot when it comes to
yeah,
certifications.
certifications.
So it doesn't mean if you're taking a certification that is not well known, it doesn't give you value. I think most of the certifications I've taken that are not well known have actually given me more
best.
value
Absolutely.
than the well known counterparts. Yeah. So now, how can someone prove the practical skills? I think we spoke about building projects and all in a previous episode. So how can someone prove the practical skills gained from building a project or an online course when they don't have a formal work history?
Can you repeat the question? Sorry?
How can one prove the practical skills that was gained from either an online course, a boot camp, or a personal project when they don't have a formal work history?
CTFs, one of them.
Clock it.
Hack the box, TryHack Me, Let's Defend.
Yeah.
They're one of them. Then finding your own project. Now, this one you have learned from this platform. Now you want something
Build yours.
exactly, so that's something totally different, or something that is more you. You get your experience from there. You can also collaborate with others as well, or you can find a project that somebody has already done. Then you refine and build on top it. So those are ways.
Okay.
Let me add something, which is volunteer.
I was just about.
Volunteer.
I feel like I should
Which is-
no longer be the last person to speak because
No,
they're
which is
taking the
like-
words out of my mouth.
So
Yeah,
well, it's just
volunteering.
like volunteering, man.
Yeah.
Like volunteer. A lot of people would not reject a volunteer that has something to offer,
Yep.
right? And that gives you some sort of like a formal
work
working
experience, yes,
environment,
yes.
right? So yeah,
And then internships, most of them won't pay.
yeah.
Most of them will pay you well.
Take it.
But take it because that's a form of formal work history, and then you still learn. I feel like if you have an opportunity where the chances of you learning or improving your skills in your career is really high, and the funds or the financial aspect of it is not really encouraging, you should still take it, seeing as you don't even have a job. Shall just take it and
Yeah.
get as much knowledge as you can from the experience, and then it's just your leg just needs to get in the door basically, and having formal work history helps a lot. So internships, volunteering, CTFs, I think that summarizes the answer to this question. Now we want to debunk the myth of selling yourself. We spoke about LinkedIn versus reality in one of our episodes about people having like flawless professional career journeys and the likes. So how do you think people should approach networking? Now we're talking about the in-person networking. How do you think people should approach networking in a way that feels authentic and focuses on mutual value, not just job hunting. Remember when we were having that episode and I was like, you guys are jumping, you guys are going too fast. We're going to talk about this.
I was just about
We're going to
that
talk
we've
about
talked
this.
about
Yes.
this
I think we spoke about this, but can we just say something little about it? Like, how do you think people should handle networking? So it's not just about job hunting, but about mutual value.
First thing I would say is build substance.
Yeah.
Build substance. Like, you could sustain, in fact, like, when people have conversations with you and you have substance, they leave that conversation feeling like you have a lot to offer them, more than, and at the end of the day, to you, it's like you need them more than you think they need you, but they think they need you more than you need them, right?
Yeah.
And what's constant in all of this is substance, right? Building substance, not just, and I would say building substance, not just, try to be a little bit vast again, right? When I mean vast is, don't be a jack of all trades, right? But at least you could hold conversations along certain topics in tech, right? So you're not just somebody that, if I take you out of, for instance, security operations or GRC, you have absolutely nothing to say,
speak about.
right? So it still comes down to building substance, which I think is very important. So
Okay.
And like I said earlier, just do your research about the company and probably what you have to offer, what it's in line with you in the company, and why you want to like work for them.
And based on the build substance that Josiah has mentioned, build substance and don't just stick to building substance that seems easy to build. Now, let me speak about this. You might know a particular concept in your industry, or you're building, you know how to use a particular programming language. Let me go to the developers now. You know how to use React.js, Angular, whatever. You should strive to learn new things. That speaks to being vast in your industry as well. Be open to learning new things. Obviously, once you're going into a new part, it is going to be difficult. There is no way it is going to be easy. But what makes it all worth it at the end is you staying there, locking in, gaining that skill. And then when you actually have conversations with people, you would actually see that the knowledge did stick. I think this happened to me. I think I had like an impromptu conversation with someone at an event, and we're talking cybersecurity and we're talking GRC. And for the life of me, I do security operations, but I know I did the whole ISO 27001 lead auditor course and all, and I felt like the knowledge was not sticking until I had conversations around this, and I was saying things, and this person that is a GRC professional with years of experience was actually resonating with what I was saying. So be vast, learn new, don't be a jack of all trades, like Josiah said. Don't try to pick, you know how I call them how chicken and fowl, how they eat. Don't pick. Be vast in your domain. Don't say, oh, you want to do cybersecurity, now you're going to do design, you're going to learn design, you're going to learn data science, you're going to learn this one, you're going to learn that one, when it does not connect with what you eventually want to do with your career. But and don't always go to events thinking about, we all know we want to get jobs. If we have jobs now, we want to get better jobs. But when, I bet you, and I kid you not, these people know what you want when you meet them in a certain way. And they would they would not afford you the time. They would not afford you the time to actually speak, because they know that, oh, this person is just coming to want to ask me for a job, or he wants to connect with me just based off of what he can get from me, not based on what I can get from this person. So obviously, show value first. Show value. You don't have to speak about you job hunting at that point in time. You can just speak about what you're currently doing, your projects you're currently doing, and just let the conversations flow. Now, what is the most effective way for a professional to convert a weak connection or a cold introduction into a long-term, valuable professional relationship? Do you understand, or should I
repeat the question?
So let's say you went for, I'm speaking about this from my own point of view. I went to YC's affiliate program, Nigeria Affiliates conference in 2024, when 2025 Abi. In 2024, and I made like a whole lot of connections. I got a lot of numbers, made a lot of LinkedIn connections, and they died. Like, the connection died. I did not know how to. And I feel like the person I was last year and the person I am now, totally different. That's one thing I realized, because when I went to this year's leadership forum, and I met with this same, crazily, they did not know that they had met me before.
Wow.
So that speaks to, I met with them and I just collected their number. There was no value conversation. There was no valuable conversation that was had. Because if I had valuable conversations with them, they would have remembered me.
Yeah.
So what I did this year was, aside speaking about G-Shock, because now I'm all about that. I spoke about what I currently do, how I'm in security operations now, how I would like to volunteer if they have events, how I would like to work with them, how I would like to have conversations with them and all. And I could see the light. Like there was this light in their eyes. Like I spoke to I think I spoke to 4 to 5 people. Last year I spoke to 10 people.
Yeah.
This year I was very, very strategic with the people I spoke to. And I can tell you that it's been, I think it's almost a month now. And the connections are still warm. I send in random messages. I check in on LinkedIn and all. So I think don't just make connections because you want to make connections. Don't meet someone and say, oh, I like how you spoke during the panel session. Can I get your number? Because now the person is going to give you their number, obviously, because they don't want to seem like they're bad people.
Yep.
But outside of that room, what conversation are you going to have with that person? Do you have anything to build on? Did you speak to this person about something that you can always come back to and say, oh, I enjoyed our conversation about this. Oh, this is what I'm currently doing in this line that connects to the conversation we have, stuff like that. So it still speaks to building value. Yeah. And you have to constantly check in because everybody is busy. You have to constantly, if this is a connection that you know you want, if this is a connection that you know it's going to be valuable to your career at some point, might not be valuable now, at some point, you have to constantly check in. It doesn't mean bombard them with messages because they're going to block you.
Interact with their post.
Interact with their post. Thank you on LinkedIn. Some of them don't.
Way of reminding them.
Some of them don't. Some of them don't post on LinkedIn. I know some of them currently don't post on LinkedIn and all, but like, interact with their posts. If they post something on their WhatsApp status and it resonates with something you've experienced, please don't have empty conversations too. If you know you cannot resonate, keep quiet because they would know that you are empty. I will tell you for a fact. They might just smile. And I think I spoke to Dr. Chineye I spoke to her last week and she was like, from hearing me speak, because I spoke to her last year, she was the only person that remembered me. And she told me that from hearing me speak, she can see that there's been some level of growth in 1 year. That was what she said. And I felt like that was like the greatest validation of my year because for someone like that, I'm not going to say where she works. I'm not going to do all that. That's PII, please. But for someone with that level of career, do you understand what I mean? For somebody with that level of experience, actually commend me for what I do and for the changes that she can see. It was actually really, really, really validating. So yeah, I've spoken about it a lot. Do you guys still remember the question? I should ask the question again. Because I have a feeling that I've talked you guys into forgetting the question. But the question is, what is the most effective way for a professional to convert a weak connection to a long-term, valuable professional relationship?
I think you just like said it all. But anyway,
so converting
a weak connection to a long-term valuable one.
Yeah, I mean, building value and substance is like the constant in all of these things, right? And like Chinaza said, maintaining constant so the communication doesn't have to be like we said. You could just interact with their post, do things like that. That keeps you on their mind, right? And things like that. And then if you have something that they want, in the sense that you're working on things that are related to what you're doing, feel free to share it, right? And in fact, funny enough, you made mention of an instance where it's like someone spoke on a panel session, you just walk up to the person and like, oh, you spoke very well, give me, you could approach it, it's like in a situation whereby it's like, oh, you spoke on this topic, oh,
this is what I'm currently doing,
thank you. Or I worked with anything like 2 months back. These were the issues I had, and I like the way you really broke this down. I'm currently going to work on another project in 2 months' time, and I would really love your input. That if you do things this way, there is no one on earth that is not going to value you. Do you understand? So it's building substance, keeping constant communication, doing things that are related to their field. If you do things that I don't think you should connect to anybody
That
from
is
almost
not
anywhere,
exactly.
right? And then feel free to share those things. Oh, this is what I did. This is something that might be valuable.
Trust me, they won't bite.
Right? They won't bite.
Right.
One day
Right.
they would always come back, and the opportunity can come, and they're like, "Oh, I have that person.
Oh, I have this person that is
that
always
does
talking
this,
about
and
this.
he's
and
so
all.
good, or she's
Yeah.
so good at this." So that could help you convert that weak connection into something that is very valuable.
Okay. Joy. Okay, I think we did justice to the question. Our next question is: name one must-have certification or course you would recommend to every ambitious tech professional trying to get into your industry. I want to answer first because I feel like I feel like they're going to.
I feel like we might also say the same thing.
No, I know I will not say the same thing.
Okay.
Okay, so for me, that would be the Cisco Junior Cybersecurity Analyst course
Okay,
by NetAcad. It can be a certification, it can be a course. It must not be something that is well known. It can be a YouTube.
advanced.
No.
Something basic.
It can be basic or
Okay,
no.
okay, just basic.
So for me, it's the
Or I can
Cisco
choose
course. Like just someone looking to get into your industry.
Okay.
So for me, it's the Cisco Junior Cybersecurity Analyst pathway. If you take that course and you digest the knowledge and the content of that course, you'll be hot cake. Because I think Cisco has one of the most vast
Yeah.
resource when it comes to cybersecurity and
good depth.
networking.
Yeah.
Like the depth that these
Networking.
courses create in you. Don't try to the whole link. We talked about LinkedIn trying to post I finish this certification. That should not be your motivation when you're taking courses like Cisco. Your motivation should be, or
Seeking
your
knowledge.
your end goal should be the knowledge you're going to get from this. However long it takes you to get that knowledge from it, stick with it and actually get it. Don't skip the basics. You would always come back to the basics. If you don't learn OSI model now, when you are analyzing log, when you get a job, you will go back.
Yeah.
So you have to actually give in time. You have to give your time, your attention. You have to be willing to research because there are going to be concepts. I think that they added new courses are not. It's not like when we took it. Now they are like new courses that I'm going back to even take the whole pathway again. But they are like new concepts and all. So yeah, that would be my recommendation. Joy, thank you guys. I spoke first. Thank you.
So for certification for forensics, the CompTIA, no, it's EC Council. I
Okay.
think that's like, it's not
Is it incident handler? GCIH.
a GC. No, that's for Jack.
Oh.
GCIH is for Jack.
There's one by EC Council.
Yes, it's CHFI. What?
Is C starter.
I be CH. One of them, I think there's two. There's CHFI and there's for handler as well. So yeah, one of that.
Okay. Josiah, someone looking to get into Web3 or GRC.
That's the thing, because I've been thinking about how to best answer this question.
You
But
can give them.
I'm going to take I'm going to differ slightly, and I'm going to say one thing I think everybody should have is a Security Plus certification. However, there's a catch. The reason why I say Security Plus, in fact, I think Security Plus, regardless of the domain in cybersecurity, is because it gives you a very good, all-round perspective on. So when you do Security Plus, you touch, networking, you touch cloud, you touch GRC, you touch a bit of forensics,
touch every
you
domain,
touch everything.
actually.
So that gives you a very good basis for everything, right? However, I'm struggling between saying Security Plus and going for a very foundational IT certification. If you remember, I don't know, I think I mentioned this in one
actually.
episode, that you can't do anything in tech without understanding the fundamentals.
Yes,
Go back to understand how operating systems work, how a lot of these things communicate, how networking, those basic things that, without them, you cannot do anything in cybersecurity, in tech. Instead of fully diving into. I don't know a name for a perfect certification for that. Maybe
CompTIA has
CompTIA A+.
is that A+?
No, it's not A+. So there's one for IT too. I think they've refined the name.
Oh,
right now.
okay.
CompTIA has it.
Okay.
Before it was called CompTIA ITF, but there's another name for it now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, stuff like that, to be honest. I think that would really, really help you. for people that are trying to go into Web3, let me just say like blockchain in general. To be honest, I don't have a course for you. What I'm going to tell you is no, honestly, right?
Yeah.
Like go head first into it, right? And because it's still an emerging field, there are like places you could go on YouTube and learn, right? But those are not certification because they're not really there are no
But they are
certifications.
courses.
They are courses online. Okay, so
The question was certification or courses.
I'm trying to remember because there are a lot of like guys, like Indian guys that I've watched that have really, really helped me, right? But I would say, okay, great. I just remembered. I would say Cyfrin, right? CYFRIN. They have like amazing courses for blockchain development. They have amazing courses for blockchain security. I think Free Code. I don't know if Free Code Camp has like courses as well, but Cyfrin, like CYFRIN. Alchemy also has like amazing courses. Like Alchemy has amazing like pathways and resources to help guide you. So I think those two places, Cyfrin and Alchemy, are places that you could get like amazing resources from. So
Okay. Thank you so much, guys. And we have come to the end of today's episode. And in this episode, we spoke about certifications, courses, and industry networking. I hope that you've gotten something valuable from today's episode. And I hope that you enjoy this episode as much as we did enjoy speaking about this topic. Thank you so much, guys, and have a lovely, lovely day. Bye.
This is Still Figuring Tech Out.